Hi everyone! Today I decided to film a vlog where I will give you some updates about the upcoming projects and videos on the channel, and I will also answer a few of the most frequently asked questions that I encounter in the comments. Now these questions have nothing to do with Python, so I thought it's only appropriate to film it as part of a vlog. So the first update is 40,000 subscribers. Holy smokes, you guys. I never thought I'll reach it so fast. So firstly, I wanted to thank each and every one of you for the incredible support, for the incredible feedback, and for all the motivation I've been getting. You guys are golden, and I'm truly blessed to have you on board. I have no other words to describe it, so God bless you and thank you so much. The second update is about our upcoming Kivy project, and more specifically, our advanced mobile app with KivyMD, which we will create first and then we will upload it to the Play Store, just as I promised. Now, originally I was planning to create a news broadcasting app in which we would take some live camera feed from our mobile phone, and then we will overlay our news network logo and a bunch of other graphics, and then we will be able to film our professionally looking news report without any prior knowledge in graphics, in animation, in videography, which would have been really cool. But now it seems that I may have bitten more than I can chew, because it is one thing to implement it with a desktop app by using OpenCV and IP webcam, which is super easy, and it is a completely different thing implementing it on a mobile app. That's why we will build a different kind of app, which is just as useful. So if you are a computer science student, I have a feeling you'll be very excited about this project, because what we are building is a binary to decimal converter and vice versa. And even though it is quite easy to convert on a piece of paper, it is actually a really nice tool to double check if you got the correct answer. Personally, I find it useful. Let me know what you guys think. So in the next couple days, definitely keep a close look on the community posts where I will share the initial design of the app. And we got to the fun part. Now, I have selected a few recent viewer questions from the channel, and I get these questions a lot. So I decided I might as well collectively answer them. So the first question, which I get almost on each and every one of my video, is by Oleg, or Oleg, and he's asking, where are you originally from? Originally, I was born in Crimea, more specifically in Jankoy, so I obviously speak Russian fluently. Так что здрасте, всем русскоговорящим, да, я из наших. And back to English. So the second question is by Kesav, and he's asking, which software do you use for editing? So I've been an Adobe kind of girl for many years. I've started using Photoshop when I was 12. I started using Illustrator as soon as I became a professional graphic designer. And then when I started to edit my videos, it made sense to use Premiere. Now, I must mention that I did try some of the open source software for video editing out there, and they were horrible. They were extremely buggy, and they didn't have half of the functionality that Premiere offers you. And the reason why I tried them is because I was trying to get rid of Windows, I was trying to move into Linux, but surprise, surprise, nothing compares to Adobe. So whenever you see graphics as part of a video, this is where I used Illustrator to create these graphics. Then I've imported those Illustrator files into Adobe Premiere, and I've used them as part of the video. Now, in terms of Photoshop, I rarely use it, but when I do, it's to correct the colors of my thumbnail image, mostly to boost the contrast, boost the brightness, and kind of make it look more professional. Another question unrelated to Python is by Nature's Beauty. Why don't you try singing? Believe me, you'll be a good singer. This is probably one of my favorites because I've been singing all my life. So I started performing when I was 4. I used to participate in all kinds of singing and dancing contests when I was a kid. And then when I became a teenager, I joined a heavy metal band. The name of my band was Demented, and we were just a bunch of really good friends, some really talented musicians, rocking on, traveling the country together, and surprisingly, performing in some really prestige venues. And it's a bit ironic, because the main purpose of me immigrating to Canada was because I wanted to become a famous musician. And then when I was in Canada, already in the process of getting my permanent residency, I realized that I don't want to be a musician. I want to design neural networks. I want to help with building a better world and a better future for the next generation. So needless to say, I am very happy to be a programmer, and I can still write music, I can still sing music, I can still play my guitar, but I'll just do it as a hobby instead. And the last question for today is by Siam. Hey Maria, will you make a video on how your channel grew that much? I will, but I was hoping to wait until I get to at least 100k subscribers just for it to make a little bit more sense. But I don't really have to film a lone standing video. I can just give you tips here. So my very first tip is invest a lot of time and effort in your thumbnail. A thumbnail is the first thing that your viewer is exposed to. This is where your viewer gets to decide if he wants to click on a video or not. So you need to make sure your thumbnail looks professional, that your thumbnail stands out, and also you need to make sure that there's a human face somewhere on the thumbnail. It doesn't have to be your face, it could be anybody's face, but just make sure it's there. Psychologically, viewers prefer to click on videos that have a human face on their thumbnail. And more than that, I even think that the YouTube algorithm prefers these type of thumbnails, so definitely keep that in mind. My second tip is that if you have a good idea for a video, you don't have to wait to get a fancy camera or a fancy microphone. You don't need to even wait for a green screen. Just film it, upload it, and see how people respond. You can always refilm this video when you're rich and famous, but up until this point, you have accumulated some viewers that liked you when you didn't have that fancy equipment. So if you scroll down the storyline of my videos and find the very first videos I filmed, you'd be surprised with how little equipment I had. I didn't have a green screen, I had a green blanket, which didn't really work, so it was just green. It wasn't transparent. But I also didn't have any fancy software that I've been using. I've been using Windows Movie Maker, which is discontinued now. But my main point is, the quality of my first videos is nowhere near the quality of my current videos, and that's okay. If people find your videos helpful, they will watch them even if you don't have the best equipment. If you have a good idea, implement it. Try it. You have nothing to lose. Another important tip is listen to your viewers. Even if you don't have many of them, I'm sure they're leaving you some feedback in the comment section. If they don't, you can always ask them. You'll be surprised how many people will respond. And the last tip I will share, you can actually take it to any field in your life. If you don't know how to do something, ask somebody who does. And even though asking me is a really good start, what I actually mean is find a local YouTuber, somebody who lives nearby and can meet you for a coffee or some kind of an information session where you can ask him specific questions about your channel or about his channel. And I do this in many other areas of life. If I know for a fact that somebody can help me out, that somebody has already built some kind of an empire based on his knowledge, based on his experience, isn't it better for me to ask him before I make any mistakes? Because you can always learn from your own mistakes, but it's probably better to avoid them to begin with. Now, I am very lucky to live in the greater Vancouver area, which just happens to be the location of one of the biggest channels on YouTube ever. So of course, I had to reach out and I got a reply. So try reaching out. You have nothing to lose. Worst case scenario, nobody will reply. Best case scenario, you will not only get a reply, but you will also get some incredible advices which you can apply, not just on your YouTube channel, but with anything in life. Cool, so if you guys have any other unrelated to Python questions, please leave them in the comments below and I'm gonna include them in the next vlog video. And if you guys want to see tutorials on how I film my videos, how I edit them, how I design the thumbnails, definitely let me know in the comments as well. I don't know how many of you guys are interested in this process of videography or graphic design. And if I see lots of comments, I will definitely film something on the subject. And thank you so much for watching this vlog. I will see you guys very soon in the upcoming KivyMD tutorial. So stay tuned.